So I wasn't born when the first Woodstock took place, and I didn't attend the ill-fated and mud-filled festival in '94. And then when Woodstock '99 came around, I was already married and we had a kid, so I didn't attend that one either. But I did see some of the news footage, and I'm really glad I didn't attend. Now, if you've never seen any of the mayhem that was Woodstock '99, you may want to check out the new Netflix documentary Trainwreck that's out now. Woodstock '99 was supposed to be a millennium-defining celebration of peace, love, and great music. Instead, the festival degenerated into an epic train wreck of fires, riots, and destruction. Now, if you're interested in Munchies, stick around to the end of the video as I will be sharing my thoughts on some new snacks that I found. Now, I think this story can serve as a cautionary tale to those that are looking to relive their glory days or those who attempt to recreate an event without keeping their hubris in check. The documentary is filled with footage from the event, and then we get a ton of insight from those that attended, those that were working as staff, those that performed, and even those that were responsible for putting the whole thing on. This is told in 3 parts, with each of the episodes being about 45-ish minutes long. While that could seem like overkill, I was captivated at the horror that was unfolding. I mean, we're told of how the guy who basically planned and executed the first Woodstock, Michael Lang, he wanted to replicate the festival and that he had held in such high regard. Now, the original, as they state over and over, was filled with peace and love. And that's what he hoped to recapture in '99. Lang partnered with promoter John Shearer to put the 3-day festival on, but they were grossly ill-prepared for what they were building. This is a very scary look at what happens when people are caught up in what was, and also chasing a profit, that they then don't really examine what they're planning. Now, the venue is massive, and they expected 250,000 people to attend. And in order to get those people there, they need to have the biggest bands at the time. So they secure Korn, Limp Bizkit, Kid Rock, and then the Red Hot Chili Peppers, among a host of others. Now, the problem becomes that the promoters have zero clue as to the energy that those bands bring. So what we get is 250,000 people all hyped and crazed up with no real outlet once the music ends. And it's like giving a toddler a Red Bull and Mountain Dew, spinning them around a bunch, then pouring some sugar in their mouth, turning off the light, and telling them to go to bed. That's so not going to happen. The documentary captures the very quick decline of social norms within the crowd. Alcohol and drugs coupled with no rules or enforcement and then lack of water in extreme heat begins to devolve the attendees into pure mayhem. And what then follows is disgusting and horrifying. Through several of the interviews, we hear horror stories of sexual assaults and unadulterated chaos that's taking place throughout the festival. The interviews are themselves, I think they're engaging and emotional, and then sometimes a bit cringy, as a few of the subjects look back on the festival with fondness despite the absolute debauchery and terror that was occurring. Now, I'd heard about the event and the destruction that ensued as the festival went along, but I wasn't aware of just how incredible it was. The amount of footage that is shown in the doc really helps to transport us to the venue without having to be covered in literal crap or suffer heat stroke. Now, sometimes the footage is grainy or incredibly shaky, but it all helps to reinforce what the interviewees are recounting. I think it's sickening to watch those that were in charge try to spin the narrative even now. I mean, they're downplaying behaviors or events in order to make the event look less like a crap show than it actually was. Now, I know this isn't the only documentary on Woodstock '99, but this is the first one that I've seen, and it provides some wonderful insight into not only the planning and then the mindsets leading up to the festival, but also everything that was going on behind the scenes during it. Now, some of the accounts from the staff are pretty humorous, told in very matter-of-fact ways, and others are a bit sad at how out of touch they were with the generation that they were looking to accommodate. The interviews work seamlessly with the concert footage, giving us a narrative that illustrates the tone and emotion surrounding a band's performance, which I think is an important factor in the behavior of the crowd. Now, I'm not saying the band was responsible for the mayhem, but in some instances, they only helped to enhance the frenzy. I really enjoyed hearing from some of the bands that performed also. We get interviews with Jonathan Davis of Korn, Gavin Rossdale of Bush, and then Jewel, and each of them gives a different perspective on how things were unfolding and what the attitude was of the crowd. Now, if nothing else, this doc serves as a cautionary tale of what can happen when greed takes over and then corners are cut on an epically sized event and then is coupled with people in charge who are out of touch with the current climate. Bad things can ensue, and in this instance, horribly disgusting and repugnant behaviors took over, allowing mob mentality to prevail, which then led to chaos and destruction, and not just a property. So overall, Trainwreck Woodstock '99 is a very engaging docuseries that absolutely lives up to its name. Now, I couldn't tear my eyes away from the horrid spectacle of human baseness that was on display. The interviews look amazing, and they work to complement the visuals from the incredible amount of footage that's captured during the festival. This is harrowing and grotesque when it comes to people's actions, and it did leave a terrible taste in my mouth watching this all go down. But it's also captivating to watch this finite moment in history that turned out to be the polar opposite of the promoters' visions of peace and love. There's sex, a lot of nudity, a ton of profanity, and a bunch of violence, including descriptions of sexual assaults. Now, as a reminder, I don't give couch ratings to documentaries, but I do highly recommend checking out Trainwreck, Woodstock 99, if you want a horrifying and fascinating view into people. So what is the craziest concert or festival that you've ever attended? Let me know in the comments below. All right, so I've got some new munchies to tell you about. This time it's the Duncan Hines keto-friendly individual and microwavable cake mixes. Now, I don't really know what keto is, nor do I care, honestly. But if it's important to you, know that these are available. So what I've got here is the double chocolate cake and then birthday cake. I'm going to try the chocolate first. Now, I haven't tried these at all. They're very microwavable. They're super easy. 1 minute in the microwave, a little bit of water, a little bit of oil or butter, and you're good to go. So this is chocolate. I don't know if you can see it if I put it up in my face. What does these look like here? Both of them actually at the same time to save time there. You see that? I don't know. I don't know if that focuses or not. The birthday cake one looks like oatmeal or cream of wheat. I'm really not even going to describe what the chocolate cake looks like. That's just disgusting. But let's give it a try. Okay, so it is, well, it's crumbly, and it's still warm because I put it in the microwave just a few minutes ago. Oh, God. Okay, so the taste is not that bad. It's kind of bland, has a slight chocolatey flavor to it. It's the texture. The texture is disgusting. I don't even know what to describe it as. Maybe take a whole bunch of paper, maybe like newspaper, wad it up and throw it in your mouth, and then chew it up. And as it just disintegrates within your mouth, I'm sorry if you're seeing inside my mouth, that's disgusting. That is gross. It's like oh gosh, it's like somebody already chewed food and then put it in. Okay. I'm not looking forward to this one. I like birthday cake stuff too because it typically smells really good and tastes really good. I'm going to take a much smaller bite this time because that was gross. But you look, it's like solidified cream of wheat, maybe like mashed potatoes that have gone a little bit cold. Yeah, no. As I hit my microphone too. Okay. 0 stars. Do not recommend at all. The taste in the birthday cake one is mild, slight vanilla-y taste to it, but it's the texture. Overall, the texture is disgusting. It is just avoid it at all costs. So there's my public service announcement to everybody. If you like keto, if you're doing keto, don't get these. These are just, there's probably something else. Maybe go eat a carrot. I don't know. I don't really understand what keto is, so maybe that's just totally off base there. You dip a carrot in chocolate sauce, if maybe that makes it keto, I don't know. But thanks for sticking around with this. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for couching with me. And I gotta go get this out of my mouth because it is wrong.